You're like me and you want to lose weight so that you're not always going to be shaped like a walrus, or you're battling your own health conditions, my goal is to inspire you to get out and grow your own food. So with that being said, I'm Nate and welcome to my urban garden. Am I the only one that feels like there's just never enough time to get all the tasks in the garden done? And I mean, granted, yeah, we all got the same 24 hours, but sheesh, do y'all 24 hours feel as stressful as mine? I'm sure they do. I have had a crazy last 3 months, from the storms in Texas that ruined not only my roof, but also destroyed my gate and my fence. So, my garden has pretty much just been open to anyone and anything that wants to come back there. And because of that, I've honestly not wanted to plant anything because we got a lot of stray cats, dogs, and everything in our neighborhood. And they'll come by and just decide to dig in there. So I just honestly have been quite discouraged from planting my transplants. And I didn't think it would take as long as it would to get my roof and my fence replaced. Therefore, I ended up not planting any of my transplants. Most of them honestly died. Yeah, I regret it. Lesson learned. It is what it is. Also, my wife and I have some plans for our backyard, which means I am having to do a complete restructure of the backyard. And that brings me to today's video. Now that I have a brand new roof on my house, the gate is closed, I gotta restructure my entire garden. And that's what this video is gonna be about. So without further ado, let's get into the restructuring of my urban garden. Okay, wait, before I get into the nitty gritty of this video, please know that this video took so many days to produce. I had over 9 hours of footage to go through just to create this video. So if you would please do me the favor of leaving a like just for the work ethic, that would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, y'all, let's get to it. Thanks. Alright, y'all, so my garden was an absolute mess. So first and foremost, I had to start off by picking up the trash and giving it a decent mow in the areas that I would be working. After mowing, I pulled all the dead bell peppers out of my beds. Next up, I had to move my pear trees as well as my empty bins that I will be planting in this year. After that, I raked up all of the debris and crap that just had been sitting in my yard. Had to go. And yes, I'm ashamed of myself for letting it get this way. And next up on the chopping block was pulling bricks and the tarp from my beds, because I would not be keeping the tarp inside of my beds going forward. Now, because I plan on moving my beds, I had to pull the pavers because they were no longer going to be there. I also laid out some brand new tarp for where the pavers would be in the future. And comparing this tarp to the tarp that I had previously is night and day. This tarp is so much better. And the next step for my laborious reconfiguration would be to create the new border for the garden, which involved me moving all of the pavers into their new position. Then I had a calling to do some extremely tedious work. I got out my humongous grow bags and started to transfer my soil from my beds. And at this point I realized These ants were a problem. They had invaded my beds. Look at them. They're literally the ground. So this year, I gotta do something about them.
Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true!
So ants aside, I wasn't gonna be stopped. Not even by what I think is beetle larvae. I mean, look at these guys. I was pulling them all out of my beds and I collected them like Pokemon. It is what it is. They gotta go. My next step was to put on my gloves like a man and attack this arch, which, good lord, it gave me a little bit of you know what, being short sucks. I'm gonna just say that. So stretching to take it down, that wasn't fun at all. After that, I moved the bed, went ahead, pulled it up, and put it in the place that it's gonna be. And it fits snug as a bug in my garden bed, if I don't say so myself. And yet again, I pulled out my trusty tarp, rolled it out like it was the red carpet, and created a walking path. Because if you can't tell, this will be in between my two beds. Now that I had my path, I just went ahead and got the pavers that were in the way out the way and pulled some weeds. Next up, I grabbed the bed that was on my far left that I had already cleared of all the soil, and I moved it down and placed it exactly where I wanted it. And once again, being short is not an advantage at any time in life, because these arches, when I say they kicked my you know what, they destroyed my you know what. I don't know why I made them so tall. I mean, they makeshift. I mean, I just kind of, well, the arches that I bought, they were that tall, but the ones I made, why did I make them as tall as I made them? Anyway, neither here nor there. I destroyed them too. I got my vengeance and I got them out of here. They had to go. Shortly after that, I had the pleasure of not only shoveling dirt from one bin to another, but finding a beetle, got them out of there. Next, I shoveled some more dirt, moved one of my beds, and got to my last and final arch and got it out of here as quickly as possible. Now, every video has its sad moment, and this is it. These beats survived for a whole year. They lived through the cold, and now they gotta go. So thank you, beats. I miss you. You're going in the compost. And after crying over my beats like a baby, I got my final bed and I put it right into place where it goes, snug like a bug in my garden. But a beneficial bug, not like the ants, because they just gotta go. I'm sorry, they gotta go. I gotta do something about them. Help me. Since all of my beds were in place, all that was left was for me to finish my walkway and shovel the rest of the dirt and move it into the beds, which my lovely wife was able to help me with. So baby, I appreciate that help that you gave me, as always. Now that my beds were all placed in their new locations and the soil was relocated and put into the beds, all that was left to do was do a little bit of housekeeping, which pretty much just included pulling all the pavers from the old area and salvaging as much soil as I possibly could and pulling up all the old tarp, which was actually extremely satisfying. I also rolled out some new tarp and placed the pavers that I had pulled on the side, so closer toward my greenhouse, which would be the new area for my trees and things like that.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
And now for the last and final step, I promise. The last step was to put up my arches. My cattle panel was delivered, and to start out, I placed posts on each side of my bed, so 2 posts per arch. And don't be like me. As you can see, I had on no safety glasses, and as y'all know, usually I keep my safety glasses on or a mask and all of that stuff. I'm usually really cautious, but I don't know what was wrong with me this day. I just decided to risk it all, right? But also, I tried to do it on my own. Usually my wife would have helped me with something like this, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna try to do it on my own because she was at her suite doing nails. So I was able to do it. It took a lot of power, a lot of muscle, which I don't have. I just have a lot of fat, shaped like a walrus, as y'all know. Um, but yeah, we got it done with a lot of struggle. When I first put them up, I realized I made them way too short. So I had to remove all the posts and replace them and redo the arches. Came out good if I say so myself. So this is the completely new restructure of the garden. This time I plan to keep it clean. I still got a lot of cleaning to do back there, but for the most part, the reconfiguration is done. So do me a favor, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like on it and share it with those that you think would be interested in this type of content, because this video alone took so many days to produce. I'm talking about I had over 9 hours of footage to go through, and all of that broken down into this short video. A lot of the footage I didn't even use, to be honest with you all. Maybe I'll put that footage in another video, but a lot of work goes into my videos, so I hope you all enjoyed it. And as always, take care of yourselves, take care of those around you, take care of your garden, and it'll take care of you. I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.